Hello guys and welcome to the shack. Today I'm going to attempt to make the long anticipated and everybody waited for this, and this is going to try I'm going to try to make a pistar jumbo spot setup video for all you who have a jumbo spot. And setup is can be a little confusing, I know, and I'm going to be straightforward with you. I'm not very good at explaining things, but I will try my best to show you and explain it to you. And I think with that and a little maybe Google is your best friend. Always remember that. You can't figure something out, Google. But anyway, once you get your jumbo spot in, of course it'll look like, of course it's got a little metal cover over it. I've got mine off because I've got the next on screen on mine right now, and I'm in the process of putting it into a case. So once you get it in and you plug it up, you're going to notice you'll have some lights come on and be flashing over here. And you'll be like, wait a minute, the OLED screen's not working. It must be broke or it's not working. No, it's not broke. The OLED screen will not come on until you get into the jumbo spot and turn the OLED screen on. Until then, it won't come on. The first thing you're going to have to do is get the jumbo spot on your home network, on your Wi-Fi. Or you can put it on your home Wi-Fi, or for those of you who are using like a cell phone as a hotspot, or a hotspot like a jetpack or something like that, have to get it on there before you can do anything. You can't change anything, you can't get into it until you get it on that Wi-Fi. There's ways to do it, but trust me, the putting it on Wi-Fi is going to be the first thing you're going to have to do before you can change anything. Okay, to get it on the Wi-Fi, there's two ways to do it, basically. One way is a little harder, a little complicated than the other. They're both not really easy, but for those of you who know a little bit about Wi-Fi, or, system networks or something to that effect, you should be able to do it. The first way is the jumbo spot will have an SD card in it. Right there it is in the end. You can push the SD card in with your finger and it will come out. Take the SD card out, put it in your computer, and you can go over to, see, where's that? pistar.uk. Over there, you will see, I believe it's on the left, you can click, and there is what's called a Wi-Fi builder. And that Wi-Fi builder will explain to you exactly how to set up the Wi-Fi and set up your Wi-Fi file, move it over to the card, then the jumbo spot will connect to your home network. That way is the hardest, because it involves creating a file and moving it and writing it to the card with special software. It's not the easiest way in the world, but it does work. Okay, option number 2 is you can go into your home Wi-Fi network or your cell phone hotspot, and you can change the SSID and password to match that of what's already on the card. The card already has a standard SSID and password, and it is TZB, and here is the password. If you change your home Wi-Fi and password to match SSID, TZB, and the password, then the jumbo spot will automatically connect to your home network. And once you get it connected to your home network, then you can change it to whatever you want to change it. You can change it back to your default settings, and you can go into the pistar and set everything up the way you want it to match what you already have. But for the beginning, you got to be able to get into this thing to do anything to it. That's the first step. Alright, once you get that changed, and you get that, you get your SSID changed to what is here and change your password, then the jumbo spot will automatically connect to your home network. Alright, to get into the jumbo spot, there is, I think it is, where's that? It's here somewhere. You should be able to open a browser and type in http://pi-star and hit enter, or you can type in the pistar's IP address. Now, to get the IP address, if you've went into your router and you've changed it how I just explained, you can go into your client list and you will see pistar and it will give you the IP address. Take that IP address, go to a browser, type it in, and the pistar will pop right up. And I'm going to show you my pistar IP address is 192.168. That's a mess. 192.168.0.6. Now yours is going to be different. Yours will be different. Okay, pistar dashboard. Once you get in, you get your Wi-Fi set up and you see the pistar is connected to your home network, and you can get the IP address, type it into a browser, or type in what I just showed you. The, where's that? Here. Pi-star, or, of course, the IP address. All right, once you get that put in, the first thing you're going to have to set up, I'm going to show you this website. So for all you who said, oh, where's that website you're looking at? I'll show you exactly how to get that, and you can read exactly what is here. Once you get into that, you're going to want to get into the pistar's configuration. So you will hit configuration. My fingers don't work. Oh, there we go. All right, configuration. Once you get into the configuration, you're going to want to set everything up. Of course, if you're using DMR, I don't know what mode you're using, but I use DMR, so you know, on the pistar, you can turn, or the jumbo spot, you can turn all these modes on if you want. You've got DMR, D-Star, YSF, P25, NextDen, YSF to DMR, and so forth. So turn on your mode. Okay, we've got DMR turned on. Well, I've skipped ahead a little bit. First, your controller software should be MMDVM host. Controller mode should be simplex. You'll go down. You'll go hit apply. You'll go down. You'll turn on DMR mode. And here, MMDVM display type. Now this one is set up on the Nextion screen because I'm using the external screen. So you will, yours, if you're using an external screen, yours will look exactly like this. If you're using the OLED screen that came with it, you will hit the box, you will highlight OLED and click it and hit apply. Next, general configuration. Your host name, pi-star, your call sign, your DMR ID, and your radio frequency. All right, let me talk about this for just a second. The radio frequency, you do not add your offset to the radio frequency. On the bottom of the pistar, I think in my last video I showed you there's a sticker. And it will show you, focus, there. It will show you what the offset is. 0.500, and then P25, you can see it way down there is plus 200. Plus 5, plus 5, plus 2. But you will not add that to your radio frequency. In your DMR radio, you should have whatever frequency you're going to use. Mine is 442.225 because that is a repeater frequency that is registered to me. It's a coordinated repeater frequency. So I am using that frequency with my pistar. I'm in the process of building a C4 FM repeater, so I have the frequency already coordinated, so that's what I'm using for now. So you might not be using that frequency. Yours might be 436 something or another, I don't know. But put in the frequency you're going to use, and your longitude, latitude, the town you live in, your country, URL. Here you can put in a link to your QRZ.com profile if you want to. And you can see mine. It says qrz.com/db/kg4vdz, my call sign. Radio modem type. Here you will select exactly what you see that I have selected here. That's what you will pick out if you have a jumbo spot and you're using it on the Raspberry Pi Zero or Raspberry Pi whatever. Node type, public or private. I don't know what that means, but I left mine alone. Your time zone, depending on where you're at in the United States or the world. I changed mine to New York because I'm on the East Coast. And your language you want your dashboard to be in, which is, for me, it's English. Hit apply. Your DMR configuration, if you're using DMR, whatever else you checked above, if you check D-Star, it'll give you options for that. Your DMR master, I'm using 3101. Your color code, the DMR embedded LC only. I have no idea what that means, so I left it as is. And the dump TA data, I left that as it is. Hit apply once you pick your master and your color code. Focus. Firewall, dashboard access, I've got mine set to public, and everything else is private, and auto AP is on. Next, your wireless configuration. Here is once you get access to the pistar, here you can go in, you can click configure Wi-Fi, and then you can hit add a network. And then once you add a network, you can go in and put in your whatever you was using previously. If you went into your router and changed it to TZB and then the password, if, say, for instance, your router's name is home, you can go in and put in SSID home and then put in your Wi-Fi password and hit save. And then you can go back into your router, put everything back to normal, and then your pistar will connect to your router just like all your other devices. You can add as many networks. Here I have my home Wi-Fi, and this is my cell phone hotspot, and this is like a Wi-Fi network at our beach house, which I'm not there, so you can delete it or whatever you want to do, but it won't delete until you click save, or if you go in and put one in, it will not save it until you click save. So for instance, my home network and my hotspot. Now when I come into my house, my pistar will automatically connect to my home Wi-Fi. When I leave my house and I turn the hotspot on my cell phone, my pistar will automatically just connect to my cell phone's hotspot because I have the information in here that matches what I need. Now, once you get that done, I don't know if you're going to do remote access stuff. If you are, that's what you need for that. You're going to save all of that. Once you do your Wi-Fi, save and connect like I showed you. Now this is where I'm going to show you how to put in your offset. You will hit expert right here. Hit expert, and then you're going to see all kinds of expert settings pop up. You want DVM host. I'll click that. Now, this is more detailed expert settings, kind of like what we just seen a minute ago. Your call sign, your ID, certain hang times, the display you're using. Some of this stuff I didn't mess with. Your receive frequency and your transmit frequency, your power level, your location, display levels and stuff I did not change. CWID if you wanted to do that. Modem. Transmit invert, receive invert I did not touch. PTT invert I didn't touch. Delays I didn't. Here's where I changed. Receive offset and transmit offset. That's where you will put in your offset that is on the bottom of your pistar. If you have a 500, if you have a 475, whatever your offset level is, you will put it in there, and you will scroll down and you will hit apply changes. Now there is a ton of stuff here. Some of this stuff I don't know what it is, so I don't touch it. Simply put. So that you can change a lot of stuff. I had one guy ask me, how do you get your pistar hotspot? You know, you're connected. If you're using DMR, you're connected to the Brandmeister system. But how do you get your pistar hotspot to show up in your, when you go to Brandmeister, you log in, it'll show your open spot and so forth. How do you get your jumbo spot to show up over there? To do that, you'll have to have an API key. You can go over to Brandmeister, log in your settings, you will see somewhere, it'll say create API key. And as you see right here under the expert settings, your Brandmeister API key. You'll click that, then you can enter that key. Once you go over there and create it, you can copy it, come back over to your settings page and paste it and hit apply. Then your jumbo spot will show up in your Brandmeister settings as a hotspot that is connected, and you know it's you. Alright guys, I hope that helped somewhat, I guess. There is a ton of stuff. The absolute hardest problem you're going to have is getting it onto the Wi-Fi. That is the hardest problem. But once you get it onto your home network or your cell phone's Wi-Fi, if you're getting it onto your cell phone's Wi-Fi, you cannot use your laptop unless your laptop is also connected to your cell phone's Wi-Fi. And my laptop is connected to my home Wi-Fi, which is on the same system that the pistar is on. So to get into my pistar, I just type in the IP address of the pistar and it'll go to it. If your pistar is connected to your cell phone's hotspot, you can't go to your laptop that is on your home network and connect to the pistar. It can't find it. They're not on the same network. So I hope that helps. There's a lot of things in here you can do. You can do updates if you want to update, which is extremely simple. All you do is click update. Whoa, wait a minute. Get back here. Click update, and it will automatically do the updates. You do not have to touch anything. As you can see it updating right now. It is doing an update. I haven't done one in probably a couple of weeks, so I figured I'll go ahead and update it and show you guys what it looks like and what happens. And it takes it a minute to finish updating, so I'll sit here and ramble on. This is about the third attempt at this video. The first time I tried to make it, I made a really good one. It was a pretty nice video. And I got all the way into 25 minutes of the video and my phone started acting up. And it started a wibble wobbling and, you know, lagging, locking up. The video was pausing and I had my voice all jumbled up. It was a mess, so I had to delete it, unfortunately. So, I thought I'm going to try it again. So that's what I did. I think it's finished. Yep, it is finished with the update. And you can go back to your dashboard or wherever. Your dashboard is basically a pistar dashboard. As you can see, it shows everybody that's connected. Right now I'm connected to TAC 310. It shows everybody who's talking or has keyed up. It will show the duration that they were keyed up. It will show their loss percentages. This one has a 72% loss. 85, and it will show you your burr of, other stations. Over here, as you can see, the mode's enabled. Network status, we're on DMR. My radio info, the frequency, all that good stuff. It just changed to red because it's transmitting. DMR repeater, my DMR ID, the color code, slot 2, DMR master, and so forth. We can go to admin. We'll go through the settings here a little bit and kind of give you a feel around. Oh, I mean, there's just so much information in pistar. You can link, drop QSOs, drop all dynamics. This comes from Brandmeister. This is when you do your API key, you will get stuff like this that'll pop up in your settings or your configurations. If you didn't have the API key, stuff like this wouldn't come up. This is where you can drop QSOs and do all kinds of good stuff like that. You can modify reflectors, modify static, add deletes, links, unlink, what slot. I mean, it's a ton of information. It'll show you your active connections, what you have connected to or linked up. Let's see what else we can peek at. Power. I don't know what power does. Oh, that's to reboot the pistar or shut it down. You can go back to your dashboard, admin, expert. Power, we just seen that. We did an update. You can back up and restore. That's what I like about this. I can back up every single setting that once you set it up for the first time, then you can do a backup and you have everything saved. Then if something happens, you have to reset, you can restore it from the backup you just created. So if something goes funky, you can do a factory reset. Alright guys, that's about all I know to show you. I know you guys are going to have questions. So, if you have a question, just ask. You can post below. You can post a question because I don't know, everything about a jumbo spot. So, if you post it below, that way somebody else, if I don't know it, somebody else might. You can ask them a question. Or, if you don't want to post below, you can send me an email, my call sign at yahoo.com. Most of you guys know my call sign, which is KG4VDZ at yahoo.com. And usually I'm pretty good at getting back, as quick as I can. I check my email sometimes several times a day, but sometimes things get missed or an email will pop up in the spam. And I had one just yesterday that I was going through the spam looking for something, or I was going through the trash or spam or something looking for something that I couldn't find. And here was an email from a guy asking a question, and it was days old. I felt bad. I thought, man, this guy over here, he thought I ignored him. But if I get your email, if I see it, I will respond to you. No doubt. The pistar is awesome, guys. It works great. I know some of you guys like the nano spot. I mean, basically, guys, they're just about, I know I'm not knocking nano spot. They are nice, but they're a little expensive when you can do the exact same thing for a whole lot less. I have Wi-Fi, I have the whole system, I have a screen, and I have a box to put everything in. And let's see, the screen was maybe 15 or 20 bucks, and the Raspberry Pi and the MMD or the jumbo spot, I don't know, 100 bucks or something shipped. So you can do it all for say 100 and I don't know, 40 bucks. And it's not, but the nano spot is pretty nice. I mean, it's a sweet little system. It's You know, it's got LEDs, and I mean, it's nice. But if you know, you want to put a system together on a budget, this is a great way to go because, you know, it can jump, you know, Wi-Fi. You can put in all kinds of Wi-Fi's that you know, if you go to grandma's or you go to your mom or your dad's or wherever you go, you jump in the car. All I got to do is grab this, get in the car, and plug it up to the USB port. Some new cars, I don't know if your car does, but some new cars have a USB port to where you can charge a phone, or you know, you got 5 volts at that port, so you can plug up your jumbo spot and get power. If you don't, you can buy a little. They make cigarette lighter adapters. You plug it into your cigarette lighter, then you can plug a USB into it, or you can run it off of a battery if you want. But when I leave that, I had an open spot. So when I left the house, I had to use the open spot. I had to have the Nano router and all that. And then I had to have a battery. I had to have a way to power it. And I had to have a way to power, you know, the open spot and the router. So, you know, you've got several cords and a battery and the open spot and the router, and it just made a mess. So I actually I let a friend of mine have my open spot. We did some trading, so I let him have the open spot. He wanted to get into DMR, so I let him have the open spot, and I hooked him up with an MD380. I just gave it to him because I wanted to get him into DMR. I thought he would really like it. And we've been friends since high school, and he's a ham, and I'm a ham, and we do everything. Ride 4-wheelers. We're just a couple old ham radio nuts. So I gave him a radio, and I told him, I said, I'll give you a radio if you get a hot spot. So at that time, I only had an open spot. So, you know, I didn't have anything for him to try out. So we did some trading, and I traded him an open spot when I got my nano spot, and when I got my jumbo spot. I played with it a little bit, and I thought, man, I really like this thing. That's Wi-Fi, and I've had it in the car and took it on some trips, and, you know, when I leave, all I gotta do is grab it, throw it in the console, plug everything up, put power to it, turn the hotspot on my phone on, bam, I'm done. All I need is a radio, and I can talk. So I really like the jumbo spot, and, you know, any type of, you know, I like having a Wi-Fi. That's, you know, the Nano spot is awesome. It's got Wi-Fi, and, you know, it's just as good. It's just as sweet. But I love open spot. They're great. It was just, it was so much for me to be able to take it to travel. So, with that being said, I bought a jumbo spot. Hopefully, open spot will come out with a, hopefully they'll come out with a Wi-Fi version. I think that has been really requested, and I don't know if they're working on it currently, or I'm sure they are, but hopefully they'll come out with one soon. I'm gonna pause the video for just a second. I want to go get the box and show you what the thing is going to look like when it's done. I haven't when I get it done, I'll do a video and show you what it all looks like inside the aluminum enclosure that I'm going to put it in. So I'm going to pause for just a second. I'll run and grab it. Okay, guys, I'm back. I went and grabbed this is I got this little aluminum. As you can see, it's an extruded aluminum enclosure. I haven't figured out yet if I'm going to put it, I don't know. When I ordered this thing, I didn't realize it was going to be this big. So it is rather large, as you can see. So the time that I get the jumbo spot in there, and I'm going to put I'm going to have the screen here. So it's going to be pretty nice, you know. It'll be pretty sweet once it all gets said and done. It'll be in a nice, you know, aluminum enclosure. I got this off of eBay. I can't remember what I paid. I'm not exactly for sure. I don't know, $10 or something maybe. I don't know, guys. You'll have to go over and look, but I wish I would have got one a little smaller. And another thing I don't like is these ridges right here. You see these ridges? I don't like that. So I'm thinking about maybe putting my screen here. I'm not for sure. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, that's gonna be it. And then it'll have, of course, the little antenna will come out and so forth. So, yeah. I don't know. I might order a smaller box. I might not. I don't know. But anyway, guys. Yes, I still have some of you all giving me the some of the local guys. Oh, you got a Motorola. It's a good radio. I love it. I really do. But don't get me wrong now. I still got my Connect Systems, my 580. I still got my 2017. I still got my 9600. I still got some Chinese stuff. Don't throw me out to the cows yet. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. This video is 30 minutes long. Guys, please, I can't stress enough. If you watch this video and you like it, and if I helped you in some way, please help me by just subscribing. I need all the subscribers I can get. I think I'm at 900, and the last I looked it was 912. So maybe it, I don't know exactly where it's at today. I haven't looked, but I need 1,000, guys. I'm close. I'm like, close, almost to 80. 80 more subscribers will get me back my monetization, and then, it's not, I don't make a whole lot off these videos. I mean, come on, I don't have a lot of videos, but I can, go to McDonald's and buy the kids a Happy Meal sometimes by, what little effort I put into YouTube. But anyway, guys, the video's getting long, and I'll say 73s, and you guys have a great evening, and I hope the video helped. I really do, but please subscribe, and hopefully I'll hear you on DMR or hear you on the air. If you hear me on the air, holler at me. Let me know, how you like videos, and if I've helped you in some way, just let me know. All right. With that being said, Roger, your video is next. I will get your 400 video done maybe tomorrow, and we'll see if we can get it posted up for you. You're done to figure that out. But have a good evening, guys. 73s, don't forget to subscribe and post a comment below if you need help. 73s, KG4VDZ. Hope to hear you on the air.